But
he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his cast and it says justice on it. And then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your ball ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in a drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit, and then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it, F you. Tony Brown, but who the f***'s in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't but Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
Oh,
but
actually,
hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season, actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear, saying, "Hey, bud, you fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like, I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. It's fucking trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
so follow a simp account.
Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking. This is
we actually
networking.
follow.
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't look at that stuff. It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, we got go fucking slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead.
Unprettier.
This guy just say fucking forehead.
Switch.
What? This guy say forehead.
Yes, I did.
You think I fucking wouldn't catch that? You think nobody on this program would catch that? But I did. For weird.
You almost didn't.
For weird.
Let's be honest. You almost didn't.
Weird champ. This is what we resort to here.
All right. Next up.
Unbelievable. 5 head.
Next up, we have.
Why people happy? Pagu. Weird champ. Weird. Forehead.
Oh god.
Franker faces.
Oh.
Wowie. Why people sad? What else?
Look at how red my face is.
What else we got? Let me go on Twitch right quick. Okay.
Why?
Why do people happy? KW, LOLW, XQCL.
All right. the Acclaim promo now. We were backstage.
Okay.
They're just like, yo, it's not gonna be a triple. It's not gonna be a
No,
normal.
dude, we're gonna do a fatal four-way poggers, bro. Thanks for the fucking bits.
Fuck, damn it! Jump off a roof.
Well, they just lost Gunther, so I don't know how that is gonna survive. But what's it called? But the Third Reich faction. That's the Imperium's gonna turn to the Third Reich now. But he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his castle. It says justice on it. and then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your ball ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo with James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit, and then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jack. Oh wait, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you. Tony Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't. But Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
Oh, but
actually, hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. It's fucking trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
also follow a simp account.
Okay. Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking.
We actually follow.
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't
It's
look
a
at that
business
stuff.
decision.
It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, Libri got so fucking slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead.
Prettier.
This guy just say fucking forehead.
What?
This guy say forehead.
Yes, I did.
You think I fucking wouldn't catch that? You think nobody on this program would catch that? But I did. For weird.
You almost didn't.
For weird.
Let's be honest. You almost didn't.
Weird champ. This is what we resort to here.
All right. Next up.
Unbelievable. Five head.
Next
Poggers.
up, we have.
Why people happy? Pagu. Weird champ. For weird. Forehead.
Oh god.
Franker faces.
Oh.
Wowie. White people said. What else?
Look at how red my face is.
What else we got? Let me go on Twitch right quick. Okay.
Why?
Why do people happy?
Keck.
KW, LOLW,
Oh.
XQCL.
All right. The Acclaim promo now. We were backstage.
Okay.
They're just like, yo, it's not gonna be a triple. It's not gonna be a
No,
normal.
dude, we're gonna do a fatal four-way. Poggers, bro. Thanks for the fucking bits.
Fuck, damn it! Jump off a roof.
Well, they just lost Gunther, so I don't know how that is gonna survive. But what's it called? But the Third Reich faction. That's the Imperium's gonna turn to the Third Reich now. But he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his castle. It says Justice on it. And then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your ball ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in a drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit. And then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you. Tony Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't but Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
Fucking Black History Month ads on my goddamn
I thought of your microphones first over mine, and that's how we start. Cool. It's Wednesday, guys. You know what that means. It is time for your weekly dose of the Pro Wrestling Injection right here on the Pro Wrestling Injection YouTube and Twitch. As you can see in that background, the immersion's broken. There's been a closet there the entire time that's been covered up by a flag and a set of drawers. I'm moving in the process. But I am the outlaw of Long Island, soon to be outlaw of North Carolina, I guess. I don't know. I'm here joined by my illustrious panel of co-hosts. To my right, we have Mr. Marathon himself, Mike. And then down below, we have the Goon Christian, who kicked us off great with the first words of February on the injection.
Well,
leave it to Christian.
It happens.
So
yeah,
there's a lot of news to cover. I'm gonna kick it over to Christian because he carries them.
All right. Well, first off, let's go to the small stuff that's happening soon. We got fucking New Japan, New Beginning, and this shit is a stacked up show. New Beginning in Osaka on Sunday, February 11th. It's the same day as the Super Bowl. So, yeah. But this is a big time show. This is the first half of the New Beginning shows. There'll be another big one later. But first off, we have the New Beginning in Osaka, and we have a great card. So I'm just gonna read off the important matches here. First off, we have Okada versus Tanahashi in Okada's final match in New Japan Professional Wrestling. He's not going to get the main event because it'll be obvious why. But Okada will wrestle his last match against one of his greatest rivals, Hiroshi Tanahashi, before he either takes his next step to AEW or WWE. So that's going to be a very, very crazy one. Next up, we have a IWGP Tag Team Championship match between El Phantasmo and Hikuleo versus Chase Owens and Kenta. Then we have a special singles match, 60-minute time limit, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson, Part 2. So that's going to be fantastic. And we have the main event in the first time in, I don't know, maybe 2 decades. We have a steel cage match. It's basically probably going to end up like a War Games match at this point.
I thought that's what they said it was going to be. It's going to be under the War Games
we
rules.
really don't know. I don't think they know, to be honest. But we're getting a cage match for the first time in years in New Japan, and it's going to be a 10-man cage match. We have the United Empire versus the Bullet Club War Dogs. The United Empire consisting of Francesco Akira, TJP, Henare, Jeff Cobb, and wrestling his final match in New Japan Pro Wrestling as a roster member, Will Ospreay. And then we have the Bullet Club War Dogs, Drilla Maloney, who, just pausing on Drilla Maloney, Drilla and Clark won the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships from Francesco Akira and TJP. They won it back from them, and Drilla, he tore his bicep off the bone, and he's going to still work the match. He finished that match, and he's still going to work this match as like a Cody type of situation.
Can't fuck it up anymore.
Yeah. So we got Drilla Maloney, Clark Connors, Gabe Kidd, Alex Coughlin, and David Finlay. So that's going to be a huge, huge match, and I can't wait for it. Later on, I mean, we'll get to this when we get there, but the New Beginning in Sapporo, which is going to be on February 23rd. Just the match lineup here, the important ones that got added today were Mayu Iwatani versus Mina Shirakawa for the IWGP Women's Championship. That's the first women's title defense in a long time. We're going to talk about Stardom very soon, but it's cool to see Mina Shirakawa, and that's why, because Mina Shirakawa is fantastic. You have Sho versus El Desperado, Shota Umino versus Evil for the Never Openweight Championship. And we have the other big matches, we have Matt Riddle versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the New Japan World Television Championship. And right now listed as the main event. I don't know if this is probably not going to be listed as the main event come I mean, actually it might end up being the main event, but we have the first ever defense of the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship between David Finlay and Nick Nemeth, making his New Japan debut. So got a lot of cool shit coming up for New Japan. Just moving right on, I alluded about Stardom, but we had a big story drop this Saturday, Sunday, about Rossi Ogawa. Rossi Ogawa is the founder and head of creative and booker of Stardom, guy who created Stardom. If you've ever seen a Stardom title match or a picture of two women in Stardom and then there's this old man in the middle with a hat on, that's Rossi Ogawa. I guarantee you've seen him before if you've seen anything about Stardom. So it was reported that Rossi Ogawa was let go and fired from Stardom. This was completely out of the blue. This was a complete shock because obviously that's his company. He founded it. It's like if somebody fired Tony Khan. Or, well, like I was gonna mention the other guy, but shit. That
old company's about to get a clean house soon, I feel.
But what's it called? No, I'm talking about TNA. Because what's it called? But
yeah, we'll get to that one.
But Rossi, this was very unexpected, and there was a big drama heading into well, not heading into, but there was a Stardom pay-per-view on Saturday. On Sunday, and they took a final picture with Rossi, and it's like there was an omen. It was kind of weird, but everyone just thought they just took a picture or something. But the news dropped that he got fired, and that the new head of creative and is going to be taken over by Bushiroad executives. And that's one of the curious things about this, is that how much involvement Bushiroad has in New Japan and Stardom, because they own it. But the new creative department in Stardom is going to be led by people who are not in wrestling, and one of them has been said to have only basically been a fan of wrestling when he was in high school and had a wrestling like club or something. Um, but we'll see how this goes. But it's a big thing, because the second part of this was that a lot of Stardom talent are very loyal to Rossi Ogawa, because they gave him their big break, because he gave them their big break, and a lot of talent have already basically notified the company that they're gone from Stardom, and there's going to be most likely a mass exodus. The only woman on the roster that doesn't have whose contract isn't up in March is Mayu Iwatani, who is the IWGP Women's Heavyweight Champion. She's the face of Stardom. She's basically the equivalent to Tanahashi in Stardom. And Mayu is having a movie being produced about her based on her life, and that's why her contract was longer than everybody else's. So Mayu would be the only one locked down past March. However, this situation got extremely messy when it came to Julia and WWE of all things. So there was people reporting that because, well, not people reporting, but in the Stardom press release, they were alleging that Rossi Ogawa was involved in talent poaching. So what that means basically, in how we understand the situation now, is that he was poaching his own talent from Stardom to basically block other promotions, like maybe another Japanese promotion, AEW, TNA, from getting their talent, and basically having an exclusive, streamlined system to WWE if they wanted to choose to go there. That's how they got Kairi Sane back, which when Kairi came back, Meltzer reported that this story about Kairi being back is a lot bigger than people realize, and we just didn't know what that meant at the time. People expected him in WWE, but that rumor was shot down. It's been rumored that Rossi is about to start his next new promotion, and a bunch of the talent is going to go with him. Julia, there was rumors about Julia being stiff. That's why the mythical, not mythical, but the very strange AEW isn't interested in Julia reports were coming out, which was always very odd to me, because she would be someone that I think would be exactly be on AEW's radar.
Yeah.
But there was that, and that's why she got removed off the Windy City Riot card. But yeah, so that was very strange. But this little corporate espionage thing was very, very strange, because Tony Khan even got involved, because he tweeted two gifs from the old fucking Batman show, and he was basically as the story was dropping. I mean, it was as the story was in progress. Like, we were still watching and figuring out what the hell was going on, and he posted a gif of fucking not Always Sunny, the Larry David show. He said,
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. He goes, the big goodbye, and he just puts "Bye Rossi" with an exclamation point. So I was like, oh, okay, this is something bigger than we realized. And then he posted another gif that said, "It's a clear case of industrial espionage," basically right after the reports coming out saying that he was basically in the pocket for WWE, trying to block other companies from getting their talent. And then he posted one more of The Sopranos, which the feds had an undercover agent in Dr. Shrek's office. So basically he's accusing that Rossi was like an undercover agent for WWE. And so that was a very strange situation. It's kind of died down as we moved on. But very, very weird shit coming out of Stardom. And a lot of Japanese wrestling. I mean, it's just been a very strange year for Japanese wrestling. And it was just very shocking to see this, because it's not a story I would expect.
So you mentioned the Exodus is something that I kind of want to think about. Like, are we? So you're saying that majority of them?
Most of the roster would not be barred by a contract.
Well, no, I'm
past
saying
March.
is most of that roster probably gonna follow him into a new
Yes.
promotion?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's already been confirmed. They're saying that a lot of the
Because I was about to say, like, that free agent pool is about to get fucking
Yeah.
huge.
yeah, most of it has been reported that a lot of people on the roster have already put in their notice and are going to follow him to another promotion. Well, to his next new promotion. The only people that I've seen speak out saying that they are not leaving is Mayu Iwatani and Tam Nakano.
Okay.
Which Tam was just the champion. I think Micah might have said something too, but Mike is currently the World of Stardom champion. But those are two big names. I wouldn't be surprised if Julia goes, and that the reason why she's not going to WWE yet is because she wants to go help Rossi start his new promotion, then leave for WWE. So I think that's probably what's happening here. But this was a very strange situation, and it was fucking weird. It was just weird shit. So, besides that, in other news, we have more news about more corporate kind of shit when it comes to WWE and Vince McMahon. There was obviously updated reports of what has been going on with him and all that shit.
This is gonna be a Dark Side of the Ring episode in like 2 years.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be more than that. You're not getting. I mean, Dark Side of the Ring
Depends
episode.
on how
that's
long
kinda,
the case goes
that's
on
kind.
for.
That's kind of. Well, not even. That's kind of a drop in the basket. This is. There's been reports saying that the federal government is investigating Vince McMahon, and that is not good for him. Because number one, if this goes to a grand jury, and he gets and they make the decision to indict, and he gets indicted, this is absolutely going to trial, and everything is going to be like a busted fucking pipe. Number one, just knowing about how grand juries work, grand juries rarely do not indict. They rarely do not indict. It's very rare. And in this type of situation, if the woman, the alleged woman, and the females and the other people who work there who are alleging this stuff want to actually do what they say they want to do and change the culture, then this will probably end up being a lot bigger than what we all realize. And the lawyer of Janelle Grant, who is the woman who has been alleging most of the stuff in the most recent stuff, saying that her inbox is full and they're overwhelmed to the point where they have to comb through all these different people wanting to speak out against all this corruption and all this shit that's been going on in the company. So if he gets raided, well, I don't know if he's been raided already, like a couple years
he
ago,
was
but
raided the first wave. He was raided.
Yeah.
He had a warrant for his
that's the thing. His estate got raided. However, if his phone gets raided, then I think all the cookies gonna crumble here. If the grand jury decides to indict, this is absolutely going to trial, because it's not just Vince named in this. It's multiple parties. It's Vince. It's the company. There's other suitors. I mean, John Laurinaitis is probably named in this. John Laurinaitis, that's the other part. He spoke out, and if this fucking idiot, who basically in his quote that when he spoke out, is he basically threw Vince under the bus, and basically confirmed all the allegations are true, because he's a fucking idiot. But Johnny Ace, if he talks, he's been Vince's right-hand man for how many years now? If he starts talking, what the fuck do you think's gonna happen? So there's that. And number two, if this ends up being a big time trial where more people speak out, you're going to see a lot of the pieces fall and the dominoes fall, because we still don't know who is entirely involved in all this. I mean, we have no clue. I mean, Triple H didn't do a good job at the Rumble post-show scrum.
Like, I'm trying to find the tweet. I'm not sure if we shared it in the group chats, but like Triple H could be under the chopping block.
Well, I don't know about all that. It depends if he knew about it, and if he knew about it, about the details of what was happening, and there was gross negligence to the point where he
He's
was not involved with the shit Vince was doing, but involved in the sense like there was a cover up or something like that. Then that's not good. That is not good. But however, just an update also about this. I'm trying to get the tweet here. From when it comes to Laurinaitis.
Just judging from some of
Here
the
we go.
stuff that was out there, he didn't exactly do a good job of keeping things a secret, Vince.
Yeah, and yeah, here's the so there was also a Vice article because Vice has been in the mix too when it comes to reporting about this story. So here's the quote from Vice: "The attorney for John Laurinaitis tells Vice that he denies the allegations in the misguided complaint, and like the plaintiff, Mr. Laurinaitis is a victim. In this case, not a predator. The truth will come out." When pressed to clarify, he said, read the allegations, read the federal statute, power, control, employment, supervisory capacity, dictatorial sexual demands with repercussions if not met. Count how many times in that complaint Vince exerts control over both of them. So basically what this means, and here's the quote from the person responding to that quote: "Jesus fucking Christ, denying the allegations in one breath and seemingly confirming many of them in the next. Sounds like Johnny plans to throw Vince under the bus. Painting himself as a victim here throughout is laughable. I hope all this stuff spills out like a water faucet. As I said earlier, bury them all." Which, this is exactly what's happening. It's disgusting. It's filthy, and it's gonna get a lot worse for this company before it gets better. And and I hope it does, because they need to be held accountable. Not whoever was involved in this shit needs to be held accountable, and because all this shit was fucking disgusting, and it can't happen. However, that it doesn't end there, because there was a new report today, again from Vice, saying that per Vice News, John Laurinaitis, through his attorney, admits WWE management knew of Ashley Massaro's claim that she was raped in Kuwait while on a WWE tour there. WWE had denied knowledge of such a claim after she later committed suicide. So, if you didn't know, Ashley Massaro years ago made an allegation that she was raped by I think it was army members or something, or I don't know.
During
I don't want
like one of the tribute to the
during
troops.
the tribute, it was at a tribute to the troops event. That she was raped, and basically the company saying here is they knew about it, but they swept it under the rug. Ashley, I think what she died in 2021.
I don't remember.
I can look it up right now, but yeah, Ashley, she sadly, 2019. She sadly passed away at 39 years old. In 2019 in Long Island, which is kind of sucks. She's from Babylon. Obviously has fucking Long Island guys here. But yeah, she passed away. And that was a big time thing. I mean, that was horrible. It was a suicide. Not good, but this article does not paint them in a very good light. If they knew about her allegation and claim that she reported that she was raped, and then she later committed suicide, and they still covered it up, that's ugly. This is clear corruption, and this is disgusting. And everybody who's got a fucking, everybody who's involved has got to pay, because that's not right. And it's not like this wasn't public knowledge either, because you had Paul London about 5 years ago and talking about this situation on a podcast somewhere about Ashley Massaro and the rape claim. So, this is obviously this is shit that wasn't that wasn't not public knowledge. So it's gonna be a lot worse before it gets a lot better, and I hope it burns down. And I hope everybody who was, obviously I don't want to see WWE fold, because obviously I'm a fan and all of us are wrestling fans. That'd be horrible for the business. However, everybody involved backstage, because, people are forgetting, none of this is going to affect the on-screen product yet. unless creative people or Triple H is involved in some way. But none of this affects the on-screen product. But corporate wise and behind the scenes wise, this shit needs to be fucking solved, and it's disgusting, and they need to figure this shit out. And I hope to God that there is not a settlement, because a settlement would be basically them getting away with it. You'll never hear about it again, and it would suck because none of these people would probably be held accountable. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was the new Vince thing. But we are not done. We are jumping from we're jumping to our third and final corporate fucking story. And today we got the shocking news, which this was actually very shocking. I couldn't fucking believe what the fuck I was reading. But Scott D'Amore, the head of TNA, the basically the face of TNA when it comes to creative, he runs the thing, he's the booker, has been fired. By TNA, not TNA, by Anthem, who owns TNA. And this was completely shocking. I couldn't fucking believe this. Because number one, TNA just rebranded back to TNA. They just rebooted the entire fucking thing. Number two, the whole staff, the entire locker room adored him. Everybody who's even worked just dates for TNA, not even signed performers, adored him. He adored TNA so much he wanted to bring it back to his former glory. He fucking bent over backwards to try to restore some honor to TNA that was lost for a long time. And just like that, Anthem cuts him. We don't really have an explanation. We don't know. There was a talent meeting that took place by Anthem, and two Anthem guys are now going to be the head of creative, but no one knows what the fuck happened. And the entire talent, if you go on anybody who's been a part of TNA or is a part of TNA, you can look, and they're all tweeting about Scott. They're tweeting their pictures with them. They're saying thank you to him, but nobody knows what the fuck happened. I mean, I consider this a huge mistake because of how much this guy cared about his company. He fucking lived and breathed and ate and shit TNA to make it better. And the talent, I said before, the talent adored him. Moose said when he re-signed with TNA, if there's no Scott D'Amore, if Scott D'Amore isn't here, then Moose isn't here. That basically tells you all you need to know about how adored this guy was backstage. So I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. This is not the way to start a rebrand. Firing the guy who just got you here. And hopefully there's some sort of way where they could work this out and Scott D'Amore can come back, but I think it's fucking disgusting. And I just don't know. We don't have enough information about what happened, but it's not good, and the talent's upset, and it's going to be a very, very weird thing for TNA to handle right in the midst of their first 2 months of rebranding.
Worst case scenario, Scott D'Amore has a lot of companies he could fall into as well. He's a great hand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Scott, he's been great. He's been valued everywhere he's been. I mean, him and Don Callis, when they were restoring TNA to what it was, they were great.
If TK needs some tension relieved off of booking, he can get him to do ROH.
Maybe. We'll see. But I hope he fights. I hope he at least fights for his job back, because I think it's bullshit.
If he doesn't, though,
because even if he doesn't, the talent's gonna fight for him.
Oh, 100%.
They already are.
I think like worst and best case scenario, he's probably could end up doing stuff for Ring of Honor. I think his hand in Ring of Honor can really help right now too.
Basically, I don't know what the fuck is going on in February. So that's really
it's been a fucking year so far of wrestling. We're only 2 months in.
Oh
All
yeah.
right, so just
yeah.
other quick news that we're not going to spend too much on because we don't know have much information about it. But there's huge media news when it comes to TNT, TBS, Warner Brothers. So ESPN, Fox, and Warner Brothers are planning to launch a joint sports streaming service later this year. The move will place content from ESPN, TNT, and Fox Sports on a new standalone app that will have significant ramifications for the future of television sports. The platform does not yet have a name or price. So, as we've all been waiting for this AEW streaming deal, which is inevitable at this point, which we've been waiting for, we might we might have a reason now for the wait, meaning that TNT Sports, if that's going to be who carries the AEW deal, is going to merge into one streaming service with Fox Sports and ESPN. So, which is not yet named yet. It's going to be an entirely new app. So we'll see how that plays out. But that might be the reason for the wait. Why nobody's been allowed to say anything about the
Still
AEW
think they should
streaming
have
deal.
just dropped it onto Max, but I digress.
Well, yeah, I doubt it here because if TNT Sports, I mean, they have their sports, but you might as well. You might as well keep everything in one place.
I know, but I digress on it.
but,
Like I would have wanted to. That means because apparently, like the live sports feature, even for Max, has been working out great for them. So,
I mean, if it's the same thing, then I mean, ESPN
know.
and Fox Sports and TNT. I mean, they do live sports all the time, so I'm not really worried about that.
yeah, but I figure you could have just kept it onto one thing. That way, not everyone has to subscribe to a new service now.
Well, tough shit, buddy. It's cable. Welcome to the new world.
I fucking hate everything.
See? I mean, I told you.
Bullshit.
Oh, I know that. I know that feeling.
Oh yeah, listen, you're not paying. You think you're gonna pay for one?
I already pay for multiple. I pay for New Japan. I pay for Max. I pay every fucking pay-per-view.
And guess what happened? And guess what's gonna happen? Guess what's gonna happen?
Only gonna get worse.
You're gonna pay for another one, and then like LeBron James, let me get two more for y'all.
Well,
And
see,
then
I will always buy the pay-per-views, of course, but like subscription services, like on an income that I make, fucking sucks.
Let me get two more for y'all.
All right.
But anyway, just quickly, also, just the final pieces of news here. Obviously, it's been a hot topic in the wrestling world. Probably the biggest hot topic when it comes to on-screen shit. And everybody's got an opinion on this. But tomorrow is the WrestleMania 40 press conference. And obviously, we all saw what happened on SmackDown with Cody Rhodes and The Rock. And The Rock
fucking
completely
goober.
fucking jobbing Cody out of his match. And Cody looked like a complete fucking dingus giving away his match.
You can like see like the
Fucking
light
love that
leave
word
his
so much.
eyes.
Yeah, we can. I mean, you can read it on his face and
The exact moment, like when Rocket gave him that hug, the light left Cody's eyes.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a whole movement. We want Cody. We're not gonna get really too deep into it, but the whole "We Want Cody" movement, and that's gonna be taking place. And
I'm hoping it's not as fabricated as reports are saying it to be.
I would just like to say that if this does end up being Cody versus Roman, I'm just gonna be like, I see why they get it, but at the same time, I would not have done it.
No, but Cody versus Roman, it has to happen. He won the fucking Rumble, and he pointed at Roman saying, "I want you."
Yeah, one of my friends brought up Rock might be the special guest referee, and I'm just like, why?
No, fuck
well,
it.
no, that doesn't make sense anymore because Cody stood there and SmackDown that said, "I'm not wrestling you at WrestleMania," and he fucking walked off and he shook the Rock's hand. So they already made Cody. So see, I'm like, if they just said, "Hey, it's gonna be Rock or Roman," I'd be like, "All right, that's fucking stupid," but fine, okay. The thing I hated about it was the execution because they made Cody look like a fucking piece of fucking shit. Not a piece of shit, but they made him look like a fucking idiot. They made him look like a complete dummy. Let's fucking
Dwayne,
work.
Here's my wife.
Let's win the Rumble for a second year in a row. Let's have this story for 2 years and just fucking toss it to The Rock. Why not? Like, it just didn't make any sense. and we'll see what happens. I mean, the press conference tomorrow, we're gonna know a lot more when it comes to the press conference. I don't want to get into it.
Fucking
But,
first, the Rock wants to job fucking Superman out to the world, but now he wants to job out his own cousin. Great.
yeah, we'll see. But anyway, we had a Dynamite.
Yeah,
in the
we did.
midst of this
All
shit,
right,
and it was a
We in
pretty
fact
fucking-
we did in
and-
fact yes
It
we
was a
did.
pretty damn good one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which was
Especially that
expected
opener.
because that's what happens when you have 2 weeks of filler, and you get
The
a good episode.
Jericho Takeshita match could have been better, but that's just
I
Jericho.
I love that match.
I
That
didn't
match
like it.
was great.
I think Jericho had some hiccups in areas. That was just me being
'cause he's old.
nitpicky. Oh yeah, he is
'Cause
old.
He's old. It's
But,
not-
Yeah, he's in his 50s. So
I know people judge Jericho's matches way too like way too unseriously.
But no, like,
I'm like,
because he's getting too blown up faster now than he used to be. Like even
Yeah, he's
earlier in
fucking old.
AEW.
he's
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
old. That's what
Zach, I'm
happens.
kind of with you on this one. Like at first, I'm just like, that didn't look good. Then I remember.
Oh,
All right, he's been doing this
I-
30-something years.
I
He's
agree.
50-something.
I
Okay.
agree, but the guy's fucking old. People expect like fucking this guy to work like he's fucking Lionheart out there. I'm like, bro.
No, but like the freaking
Corazón de León.
the Avalanche Blue Thunder bomb could have been.
That shit was fucking
Oh, that.
sick. Dude.
Oh my God. Dude.
It was
His head
rough though.
bounced. His head bounced.
His head bounced, but Takeshita fucking did it right. Takeshita got him out of there safe.
So, but getting into the show now, beat by beat, we kick off with Hangman Adam Page taking on Swerve Strickland in
Yes.
a pretty much like an eliminator match. Person goes on to face Joe at Revolution, and
Fantastic.
as we predicted last week, time limit draw. Great fucking match. Good
Yeah,
double
this was-
turn.
all right, first
Oh, yeah.
off, just going back to the start here, because this is very important to talk about. Swerve and Hangman, obviously, once you knew when they were starting, okay, this is probably going to time limit, just due to the circumstances of the story and where we're headed. However, the most important thing you need to know about before we even talk about the match is that Hangman Adam Page came in as the babyface and Swerve Strickland came in as the heel, and that was very, very purposely done. Obviously, because that's what they've been for years now.
Yeah.
Swerve is a heel and Hangman's a babyface. However, this crowd was 50-50 on Swerve, 50-50 on Hangman, and then the match started, and then we started seeing them wrestle, and the people started getting really more behind Swerve, and they were booing Hangman. They were doing a bunch of shit. There was a unbelievable the real part where where Swerve really captured the entirety of the crowd is when it was an excellent near fall spot where Swerve ducked and dodged the buckshot lariat right out the ring, and he hit a buckshot lariat of his own. It was
That's how you do a buckshot
and-
lariat.
and then he hit a Swerve stomp after, and then he pinned him for a near fall, and it was one of the best near falls I've seen in a while, and it was excellent. The crowd, this crowd was actually fantastic tonight. This Phoenix, Arizona crowd. But the match was incredible. This was one of the best opening Dynamite matches ever. I mean, it's funny. It's funny because I see all these people saying, "Oh my God, I hate time limit draws." But my favorite, literally, some of my half of like not even half, but like a lot. If I had to put together a top 10 match lists, at least like not top 10, but maybe like a top 20. A few of those would probably, for me, at least maybe 4 or 5 of them would be time limit draws.
So
One of my favorite matches of all time is a time limit draw between Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada, number 2. That was match number 2. But this match was excellent. The near falls on Hangman's end were great. The table spot, the dead eye. I mean, Swerve was using this guy's fucking own moves. But the match ended with a Swerve stomp. Hangman kicked out of it, and he hit the JML driver on Hangman Page. He couldn't cover him fast enough because he harmed his ankle during the match. But when he finally covered him, 1, 2, and then the bell rung. The crowd reaction when the bell rung was great because I felt like the crowd completely forgot about the time limit. And
that's because Justin Roberts didn't remind us how much time was
no,
remaining.
He did.
I did not hear him the entire time.
Yeah, he did. I heard the only one I heard was the 25. I only heard the 25.
Okay.
Yeah, I
But
didn't hear him. I heard the announcers bring it up though.
I did
So,
hear him. I did hear the 25.
Okay.
I don't know if he did the 1 or the 3, but I know he did the 25.
Okay.
But yeah, that match was excellent. I mean, it's not. I mean, what do you expect from Swerve and Hangman?
Someone
Swerve and
pointed
Hangman.
out that Hangman has had the best trilogy of matches with every one of his feuds.
Oh
You
yeah,
had Bryan, Swerve, and Moxley. Like the trilogies that he has had with those men.
oh yeah.
have
And
been amazing.
I'd even throw in. I don't know if it was a trilogy. I think it was, with Lance Archer.
I
Because they had the Texas Death Match too. But Hangman, obviously, Hangman's one of the fucking best.
Yeah.
But this was excellent. And the cool thing about it to me is that this feels like one of the best authentic AEW feuds ever. Like, to me, it's like when you think of Hangman Page, you think, oh, who's his greatest opponent? And you have an assortment of names that you can decipher. You could go Kenny, you could go the Bucks, you can go Bryan Danielson, you can go John Moxley. But now it's like it's a cool feud. He's like, wow, Hangman's greatest opponent, well, not even Hangman, but like Swerve's greatest opponent, without a doubt, has been Hangman Adam Page.
So,
and I never thought I would say that.
Just
and
real
it's really
quick,
cool.
Hangman and Lance Archer have only had 2 matches together in AEW.
Ooh, that's okay. That's what I thought. I don't know why I thought there was a third.
But it
I'm
was
probably thinking of I'm probably thinking of Mox.
It was the ladder match and then the Texas Death.
Yeah, but it's really cool to me to saying like, because like just how we group some of these guys, but Swerve having his best matches and his best opponent being Hangman is just cool to me for some reason. Just because it was unexpected. It's like I didn't really think that Swerve's best opponent would be Hangman. You know, it's almost like somewhat in New Japan a little bit. I mean, you could argue like Will Ospreay's best opponent is Kenny or Okada, or not Jay White, Kenny or Okada, or fucking Tetsuya Naito. But really, it's Shingo Takagi, and it's just a cool thing. It's because it's 2 guys who are 2 of the best. However, I mean, they're both very different, and it's not like they're the big marquee top main eventers. These guys are main eventers, but they're not like MJF or Kenny or Okada in New Japan and Tanahashi. It's like these are it's some of your best guys. However, they're not like the guy, like the number one in the company.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. Like you did like there's guys in the company you can have your best matches with, and they're not maybe in like the top 5 of who the company focuses on. Obviously right now they are, but at the time when this feud started, obviously we were in MJF and Adam Cole and Samoa Joe, and Adam Copeland just came in. So it's just really cool to me. But Swerve after the match says no.
5 more minutes.
He asked for 5 more minutes because he doesn't want Hangman to get out of this. But Hangman basically says, listen, you had to beat me. You didn't beat me. And so 5 more minutes, no. And he leaves the ring. But Toni gets on the mic and confirms that at Revolution, the main event will be Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Page versus Samoa Joe in a triple threat for the world title. And after this, they cut to Joe in the back, fucking seething about how he has to defend his title and might not even be pinned for the title. And he's pissed off, and he's saying, this is bullshit. Why are we letting these losers walk like this? I mean, they both lost. They shouldn't even get a shot. But yeah, we have the match now. This is what we saw coming, and it's great. This was an excellent match, one of the best AEW matches in a while.
I did not take notes, so Mike, what was next?
After this, we had the Samoa Joe promo.
We just talked about that, so we can skip over that.
I'm sorry, my brain the last couple days has been completely scrambled eggs. I really do apologize. We had Deonna Purrazzo come out to do commentary, and then we had Toni Storm versus Red Velvet. Don't
Lot of
worry,
fucked
Christian.
up
I'll do it to
brain.
myself.
Yeah, a lot of fucked up brains on this program. Yep.
I literally had to take a nap earlier because I was so tired.
Yeah.
Didn't help.
I've had the past few
Didn't
days.
help yesterday when I
had-
was doing my podcast. So, also, hey Tom, what's up?
I've been off from work a lot, so for the past few days I've been happy. Question from Mike. Wanna come?
Tom, I answered you. Actually, wait, no, I didn't.
Wow.
Now
okay.
I did.
Okay.
And also check the group chat. Anyway, yeah. So we had Deonna Purrazzo come out to do commentary. We had Toni Storm versus Red Velvet. Take it away, guys.
Yeah, it was a great match.
Yeah, really
Toni
good.
looked good. Speaking of Toni Storm, if you haven't listened to it yet, go listen to the new Talk is Jericho episode. Jericho did a 40-minute fucking episode with Toni Storm, and Toni was entirely in character, and it was fantastic. He's done these types of podcasts before with like Broken Matt Hardy or Don Callis in character, but go listen to the one with Toni. It's fucking hilarious, and yeah. But anyway,
Oh, the one with Danhausen was also fantastic.
But anyway, this was a great match. I really enjoyed this. Red Velvet has been really solid since she came back. But yeah, her and Toni just had a great match. That's really all there was to it.
So
Toni beat her with an ankle lock just to get technical.
You have to keep in mind this is one of the first few people to kick out of the hip in the corner.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing though about that. She
why
doesn't
not?
really.
People kick out of that.
No, it's not even because she doesn't really pin anybody after that. She does a move after.
She kills them.
She does that. And she usually does a move
Whiplash.
like Storm Zero after, but yeah. Toni beat Red Velvet with an ankle lock while staring at Deonna because obviously in her promo, she said she wanted to she wanted to show the people how technical she could be. So technical to her is making somebody submit. Deonna got in the ring. Toni started kissing her, and then Luther got in the middle of this. He was not having this, and Toni, Mariah, and Luther escaped to the back. But yeah, it was a good build for. That's probably going to be one of the best women's matches in a while in AEW. I mean, that's going to be great.
Yeah.
These two are obviously really good friends in real life, so they're obviously going to go harder. But
after this,
yeah,
we
very
go
good stuff there.
backstage.
Yes.
Renee.
Yep.
With the best friends
Renee
and
and
Renee.
her best friend.
This was just so random, and I was just laughing at the end of it.
And we gotta
it's just-
go see Chuck. Gotta go check on him getting checked
Yeah,
out.
Yeah, it's
Wait, guys.
Yeah,
wait. Hands in. Woo!
All right, we're gonna go now.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's just talking about how Orange Cassidy's having a match on Collision with Ishii. So
Oh yeah, at the beginning, Trent was just like, "Wait a minute, you're wrestling Ishii?" Like, yeah,
pretty cool.
okay.
That's pretty weird.
that's weird. This
I
is so random.
because like this is the most candid segment I've seen from AEW. So yeah, pretty much we're just talking about the match, and Chuck is doing okay. He's not set to come back yet, but we'll get into that towards the end because I think he's probably on his way back in fully. So
Yeah, let's go check on him getting checked out.
after this, we had
Moxley, Danielson, and Claudio versus Hechicero, Bolador Jr., and Mascara Dorada. Did I say that right, Chris?
Yes. Correction about last week. I made a mistake because I said Mascara Dorada was the same guy as Metalik, which is not the case. Mascara Dorada is his own separate guy. However, Metalik, when he left WWE, he used to be Mascara Dorada, and before he went to WWE, he used to be Mascara Dorada. So, but then he changed back to Metalik. So this is a different Mascara Dorada. This is the actual Mascara Dorada.
Is he the same? Is Grand Metalik the same guy that wanted to fight like Lizzie's father?
No, that's Lindsay Dorado.
Okay.
See, this guy doesn't know his asshole from his luchadors.
Fuck you,
See?
man. All right, like all that shit happened during COVID,
Bro,
and it
no,
was
bro.
so
Fuck
funny.
you. Go fucking go look at the goddamn mystical fucking family tree or fucking diagram or Venn diagram, whatever the fuck it is. So, well, I just want to hit a quick piece of breaking news here about Scott D'Amore.
Oh,
And this is very telling coming from one of the locker room leaders over there, Frankie Kazarian, because obviously he's been in TNA damn near his entire career. He goes, if you believe in it, then fight for it. So as I said, they're probably gonna go fight for this fucking guy. But anyway, back to the show. This was a great match. If you didn't see on Collision, Bryan Danielson versus Hechicero, that
Awesome.
was an excellent match. They weren't lying when they say Hechicero was like fucking Mexican Zach. But Hechicero, I mean, his entrance was cool as shit. He had the two balls of fire, and he was fucking spitting fire. I'm like, holy shit, dude! It was the first time I've ever seen Hechicero, and it was really cool. That guy's great. I hope they bring him back more. And I've been and this match was great as well. I mean, Volador looked good. Mascara Dorada looked good. I mean, obviously Brian, Claudio, and Mox. This is what they live. This is what they do it for. I mean, they're pig and shit in there working with these guys. Hechicero looked great. He was tying up Brian shit I've never seen before. But the finish came from Claudio. Bumped into Brandon Martinez in the corner, and then gave Mascara Dorada a low blow, and pinned him. And I just thought this was an excellent match. I thought it was fun. I mean, there was little bumps in the road here, but that's a lucha match. If you never watched CMLL or AAA, I mean, fucking I don't know. I don't know what people would do sometimes if they never seen those type of those lucha matches in Mexico, because you're widely accepted that there's going to be a lot of bumps in the road in those types of matches. But this match is great. Sitting ringside was Mystico, who was sitting ringside last week, and he was with Star Junior and fucking his name. I'm just trying to get the pronunciation right, but Esfinge, I think his name is. Esfinge. Let me see. Yes, Esfinge. So it was Star Junior. Star Junior was the one in the blue mask, and Esfinge was the one in the golden Sphinx mask, because Esfinge apparently translates to Sphinx. He's a Sphinx, so that's what his mask was. And I'd say that was a cool ass mask. And apparently, because if you want to learn about lucha, if you really want to learn stuff about lucha, lucha libre and the Mexican scene. I pay attention to, I watch a AAA show every now and then, like if there's talent that I know on there, like when Kenny was down there, I was watching all those Triple Manias.
Mhm.
But if you want to really learn about the Mexican scene, follow Lucha Blog on Twitter. Even Toni even goes back and forth with them on, well, not in a bad way, but Toni even like steals ideas from him on Twitter.
There's
So
also
follow Lucha Blog if you want to learn about these guys.
there's also another person you can follow. I forget their name, but they're on Twitch and they stream like the AAA shows.
That's Lucha Blog.
Oh, they do? Oh, that's him?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
So just follow them in general.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm really digging this mini like CMLL invasion. I really
Hey,
really
Forbidden
like
Door
it.
3 is gonna go crazy
Yeah,
this
Forbidden
year.
Door 3 probably it's probably gonna be CMLL, New Japan, and
Stardom.
AEW. Well, maybe if they have any talent.
The new Stardom, maybe, maybe not.
Maybe, I don't know, but Esfinge, just doing a quick background check, not background check, but like just learning about him. I think I've seen Star Junior before. I think he might have been on Dynamite once before. Actually, no, he wasn't. Never mind. Star Junior. I'm thinking of Aerostar. Aerostar was the one on Dynamite before. Yeah. So, Esfinge, and Star Junior, they're gonna be wrestling Moxley and Claudio on Collision. So I'm very excited to see what they could do, because that's the big reason why I've been really loving this mini CMLL invasion here, is because I am not familiar with guys like Hechicero and Esfinge and Star Junior and Mascara Dorada, this version of Mascara Dorada. And it was my first time seeing a lot of these guys, and I like learning about new talent. That's why I really enjoyed New Japan and indie scenes, and why, I mean, there's a lot of wrestling to go around. So,
Yeah.
But what I can gather is that Star Junior is very good and Esfinge is very good, and Esfinge has basically a cult following, to the point where it's like he has fans that'll travel anywhere to see him. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm very excited to see this. But anyway,
after this,
yeah, we'll see.
did we have the announcement after this?
After this, we had Undisputed Kingdom attacking Chuck Taylor.
Okay.
Chuck Taylor got his ass beaten in the back by Adam Cole and the boys.
Also,
How Adam Cole was even available tonight is a mystery. Actually, never mind. It's not a mystery. Because I was watching. He was on fucking not kind of funny. Some fucking YouTuber, some gaming channel. He was talking about he got invited to the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth event to play the game early.
Oh shit!
And he was talking about it, and there was a presentation yesterday about FF7, and
Hell,
he was
if he-
on all these things talking about it. So I'm like, how the fuck is this guy? Because
Is
this
it-
guy's not showing up to work like I'm not showing up to work
So
when the game comes out.
Question about the game: is it just dropping on a PlayStation, or is it dropping across like PC and PlayStation?
PlayStation 5 exclusive for a year.
Because I do know
Remake got released, and then the year after, they released the PC version. It's exclusive to PlayStation for a year.
So I think maybe so I know PlayStation released their new portable thing that hooks into the PS5 with remote play. So maybe he has that set up, as far as we know. That he's just traveling with like the demo and the early access code.
No. You crazy? This guy's streaming.
Well, like when he's not streaming, he has like his Steam Deck and he has
That
the
guy.
PlayStation Portable.
Well, listen, Kenny. There's no good time for getting sick, but now is the time, and especially Kenny.
Kenny should start up a Twitch now, especially.
He said he
after
is. He said he was.
Let's
he said he did.
Go.
Well, he said he tweeted out that like a while ago. He said, what did he say? I'm trying to look.
I need to see him do those charity events with
Well, he said he tweeted
with
this.
Xavier Woods.
He tweeted this on December 1st. Slowly piecing together what I need to start streaming. Nothing major, just want to work on my Street Fighter 6 game and interact with anybody who wants to come hang out. I'll probably stream other games too, but the competitor in me wants to grow as a player in 1v1 action.
Well, like
Probably have guests, challenges, chats, and whatever pops up. Still waiting on a few pieces of equipment, but it's on the way. Stay tuned. So that was a bit before his diverticulitis diagnosis. So I don't know if
which
got bumps in the road.
charity Xavier Woods and Evil Uno does around October. Cause I know like them do something with New Legacy Inc.
Dude, I don't need him to do none of that shit. I need that motherfucker on camera playing Final Fantasy.
Well, no,
that's
but
what
I'm
I know.
talking
That's
about
what
like,
I want.
but like down the line, he can do the charity events and he can have a blast playing Uno, pissing off
Fuck
Woods.
charity. We gotta go fucking stop Sephiroth. God damn it, charity can wait. Fucking Maximilian dude commented on his diverticulitis post saying like, you jump into this content streaming thing, we've got your back. Max is my favorite content creator there is, and I hate content creators. And he's a big FF7 guy and fighting game guy. He's literally, if this guy, if you never heard of Maximilian dude,
I know of him.
He's basically, let me tell you something. He's basically Kenny Omega if he wasn't a wrestler. That's really it. He loves FF7 and he loves fighting games. That's it.
I had friends in the fighting game space, so
Max is my fucking goat.
I'm well aware of him. Well aware of him.
Yeah, that's my fucking goat. And let me tell you something right now. I know I said fuck charity. I mean, obviously, charity is cool. I mean, but Sephiroth, that could wait. Charity ain't going nowhere. Sephiroth,
I'm just mentioning it. I'm mentioning it overall.
This guy just burned out fucking Nibelheim and killed some people. I mean, really? Priorities. But anyway, after this, we had
Big announcement.
Well, we got the confirmation after this segment that we're gonna get Roddy and the Kingdom versus Orange, Trent, and Rocky.
Chaos
on
US.
Rampage. Yeah.
I just want you to know I cropped a picture out of this that I cannot wait to use in the fucking group chat.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I bet.
okay, so the big announcement.
Oh shit! Wait, we got a breaking news. We got breaking news via
got
Brandon
more?
Cutler.
Oh,
Yeah, Brandon Cutler.
Cutler.
Sources
Okay.
close to the Young Bucks are saying that Matthew and Nicholas are devastated about what they did tonight to Darby Allin and Sting. One reliable source noted EVPs sometimes have to make tough business decisions so others don't have to.
Ah.
Damn. I mean, it was a business decision.
Oh my god.
What happened now?
So Mystico versus Matt Sydal is being taped for Phoenix right now for Rampage. That match is gonna hit the streets when it airs.
Damn, all right.
The two of them are amazing.
What else down?
Yeah, so the big announcement, I said last week that it's probably going to be the TD Garden show because there was rumblings of a TD Garden show happening.
Yep.
Didn't they themselves kind of spoil that?
No, they leaked it today.
Yes, because there was, I believe, on their website or someone
There was
found,
a missing Dynamite. There was a
Yeah.
missing date. It was
Yeah.
a missing Wednesday, and we're like, what the fuck?
and it was for
yeah.
Boston apparently.
And it was the first, and not the first show, but like it was a show in March. There was the reports that Mercedes is going to start in March. So obviously put two and two together. You got what you need. But Toni and his big announcement, which this one actually was a big announcement. So he announced that
Can they sell out though?
well, that's what I'm gonna get to that. But he announced that tickets go on sale Saturday for Wednesday, March 13th, 2 days after my birthday. AEW Big Business. I love this name. This is fucking great. I love it. It's funny as shit. Fucking AEW Big Business Wednesday. And I can't wait for the tweets. I can't wait for the tweets. Big Swole sucks. Big business. This is fucking Wednesday. It's 8 p.m. Central.
Someone's already comparing
Free fight.
business to the Big Show T-shirt that he had in WWE.
I'll never forget that fucking tweet New Year's Eve. Big Swole, your wrestling wasn't good enough. Street fight tonight. That shit is I want to frame that fucking tweet, dude. Street fight tonight. I'm gonna if I ever text you and if I ever post in the group chat like something like very very harmful, like say I'm about to like say if I like become like a fucking I don't know.
Start doing that in the main hitless group
Say
chat.
if I like cause like an insurrection or something.
Jesus
I'll
Christ.
I'll just say, hey guys, this is what's going on. Street fight tonight.
Right. So
8/7 Central.
See, dude, I swear to God, I keep
9
going back
days.
to this. Oh my God,
9
that
days.
whole big swole thing is the epitome of you can be very good with saying constructive criticism, and then you could just have that one little stupid comment that can get you memed for life.
Well, that's the thing though. That was one of the ones where I was like, this motherfucker, right? She sucks. But I always hated her because she's a race baiting idiot. But anyway,
But yeah,
fucking
if you look at the graphic for the Big Business show,
big business.
Big business,
You don't say
Big
like
business.
it's big business.
big
Fucking
business.
Big business.
All
Hey,
signs
business-
are pointing
business
towards,
just picked up when Samoa Joe came in.
Monet.
Yeah. So
Because you got the
listen.
Boston logo with the
the
money
Boston-
signs.
Yeah, you
And
got
now
the money
business is gonna
sign.
pick up again.
This is what it's got, and then in the background it says Boston, but it's two S's with the
Yeah.
two money signs. You have it's blue, purple, and like silver. That's the color she's been having in all her graphics and vignettes since she's become Mercedes Moné. Even before that, when she was still in WWE. It's the same shit they did with CM Punk. They're telling you, literally telling you everything without saying that Mercedes is coming in. However, the way Toni was speaking in this
It's
makes
not
me
just
think
her.
that it's not just her. So to the point where he's saying this is going to be one of the biggest nights for pro wrestling. This is going to be one of the biggest nights in the. Obviously, he's a promoter, but he's going to be one of the biggest nights in the history of pro wrestling, the history of AEW. It's going to be huge, and I think you're not going to want to miss this. So he's really gassing up the show. Is she going to be able to sell out like this, like the CM Punk? I think she probably can, but it's not going to be as easy as Punk was, because they did do good. They did do big business when they had the last show they had in TD Garden was the last year's Blood and Guts. And that did very well, I believe.
Mike, I saw this earlier. I paid it no mind, but now you brought it back to my attention, and I hate you.
But anyway,
I just saw it.
What we were talking about here is what we're alluding to is that due to all the money type shit, the money fucking type shit on this graphic, the big business, the money signs, this could be a red herring to the point where obviously everyone's going to be going into this show expecting Mercedes Moné. That's obvious. She's coming in. She actually tweeted, and the whole roster is basically like, you have Daniel Garcia, who's a big fan. Everybody on the roster is tweeting saying basically she's in. Mercedes tweeted, I remember when I couldn't pay the rent. Now I own the whole building that I'm living in. Sky's the limit, and when you're never giving in. You get in, you ride it out, and don't look back again. And we got the Fightful report claiming that Mercedes is headed to AEW and has been on the payroll for a while now. Fightful Select and Andrew Zarian have learned a lot more, how long the deal has been done, things that could have held it up, the WWE element, and her future in Japan. So she's been under contract for a couple weeks now. So there's that. But what we were alluding to, and all the big business stuff with all the money, this could be, and how Tony was talking, this could be the expectation of Mercedes, them delivering her, and the shocking debut of Kazuchika Okada. I think, because obviously Okada is another guy who his aesthetic is money. The Rainmaker, all the money, the Okada dollars. And if you remember last year, it's funny how shit works. But last year at Battle in the Valley and New Japan Strong, the two people to close that show out were now the two biggest free agents in the business. You had Okada standing there right next to Mercedes, and those two might come in together.
How do you like?
It's Okada. Just think, if it is Okada and he's not going to WWE or something like that, if it is Okada, this would be the place to do it. I'd rather them do it here than the pay-per-view, just as a swerve, saying like, oh, this guy, almost like a Danielson, Adam Cole type beat. Like, you got both of them on the same day. This would be a crazy hat trick for Tony to get Ospreay, Okada, and Mercedes. These are the two biggest free agents, male and female, and he would have both of them. And I think the way he was talking, it sounds like Tony already has Okada.
He could have more for all we know too. There could be more free agents that we've forgotten about.
There is more free agents. There's Camille Brickhouse, who is been rumored to be WWE bound, but apparently that fell through because she was offered an NXT deal.
You got Jacob Fatu.
This is Camille from the NWA, and people saying she's AEW bound. There's Jacob Fatu. However, if I was Jacob Fatu, I would take my ass to WWE so fast, because number one, his whole family's there. Look how his family's booked. You have Booker T said on his podcast he's going to make an effort to be his agent, not his agent, but like make an effort to get him in WWE. Because if you didn't know, Booker T, when he was younger, he robbed a Wendy's that he worked at, and he robbed more Wendy's after it, and he went to jail for armed robbery, and also, but he got a second chance. He turned his life around, and that's the Booker T we know today. But what a lot of people don't know, Jacob Fatu was put in jail for the same thing. Jacob Fatu went to jail for armed robbery, and while he was in jail, he didn't even want to become a wrestler, but he saw in jail on a television his cousins, the Usos, wrestling, and that's what made him want to turn his life around and become a wrestler. And to be honest, he's probably the most talented one out of all of them. So Jacob, with Booker trying to get him in there, I think Jacob's WWE bound. But the other, he's not part of the family, but this ties to it with Haku and stuff. But Tama Tonga as well is a free agent. He wants to work in the States to be closer to his family. He's been working in Japan for 14 years. But he's another guy that I assume is WWE bound as well. But we'll see how this works. Obviously, Tom has worked with a lot of guys in AEW. But we'll see. But this could be but listen, if they get Okada and Mercedes, they're going to be doing very, very big business.
Just looking at the names, I just pulled up a Fightful list of free agents. Like, you could also think of, because did the Grizzled Young Vets officially sign to TNA?
They signed with TNA.
Okay, they officially signed. There's a lot of talents here that they could pick from.
They shouldn't do more than Okada and Mercedes. They shouldn't do more than 2, because that's going to take away from somebody else.
I think at least like another tag team in the mix.
No. I'm saying that night, no, you can't do it because there's nobody, male or female, they're gonna outmatch Okada and Mercedes, because everybody who comes in that night, if that's not them, are lesser, and you don't want people saying like, oh, they got Okada and Mercedes, oh, and this guy. So again, there's nobody that's on the level of Mercedes and Okada. We know Mercedes is coming in. Mm-hmm. Okada maybe. And if he does, there's nobody else to his level.
I'm just looking at another. Maybe like only one name I see on this list to throw into the mix. And that it's like Ali.
No way.
He's like he's gaining a lot more traction.
Yeah, he should not go to WWE and should not go to AEW at all anytime soon. Because the guy's getting so many goddamn indie bookings and New Japan bookings. I even said when he was at the end of his WWE run, I was like, this guy should be in New Japan. He would do fucking fantastic in the Best of the Super Juniors. And in fact, I expect him in the Best of the Super Junior.
Well, also like right now, fucking Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, is like he's doing. He has a New Japan contract. That's something he has brought up.
Well, his appearance per appearance.
Per appearance, he has the TNA contract.
I think he's contracted to TNA.
But fuck, I would love to see him have like a few matches in AEW.
Yeah, well, I doubt it unless they have a working relationship with they restoke that flame with TNA, which could happen under I don't know what the fuck's going on with TNA. We're gonna have to wait on that. But yeah. Anyway. That's the big announcement. Yeah. That was expected. And yeah, so that's going to be good. So about a month, we'll have Mercedes.
Yeah, and possibly Okada.
Yep.
With the screenshot, are you talking about the angry face Toni during the midway through the announcement, Mike? You are, aren't you? You son of a bitch. I hate
that will get good use.
Why'd you tag me?
What?
Why'd you tag me in that post?
Oh, because you said something like a minute prior to that. It was warranted for me to send after that after something you said.
Buddy?
What?
You know what month it is, buddy? We've already taken enough shit. You're
the one that shit on it at the beginning of the stream.
No, it's bullshit. It's bullshit because we've already gone through enough after Cody Rhodes got his fucking his title match stolen. Black End's excellence fucking put down again. Cody Rhodes fucking marched with MLK and fucking Malcolm X, and this is what he has to fucking deal with? Are you serious? Bullshit. That's what happens. Keep a young brother down.
And anyway, after this, we had the Jericho versus Takeshita match.
Yeah, cool.
Go ahead.
I guess, yeah. I was lukewarm on this match. I wasn't too.
I very much enjoyed it because number one, people have unrealistic expectations for Jericho at his age. I mean, obviously you expect a good match, and I think this is what we got here because Takeshita carried him. Because I mean, Takeshita is one of the fucking best. Takeshita looked great in this match. He protected him. And just Takeshita's fucking him. He's Timothy Chamlet,
Mhm.
I mean the top rope Blue Thunder, um, fucking the top rope Blue Thunder, the wheelbarrow, the deadlift wheelbarrow suplex was unbelievable. That was great. The brainbuster on the floor, and then the finish of the match was I really enjoyed where you think because like you think, oh my god, Jericho's gonna win this, but Jericho put him in the walls. Callis slid a chair into the ring. Callis nailed Jericho in the fucking head with the screwdriver, and then uh Takeshita put Jericho in the walls, and Jericho made it out. Not made it out, but like made it out of the hand drop count. And then he put him into the Lion Tamer, and this is the first time in I think I've ever seen Jericho tap out in a while, but tap out to one of his own moves, and that being the Lion Tamer. They had Takeshita defeat Jericho with the Lion Tamer. Yeah, it was a fuck finish, but they made a point on commentary to emphasize that Takeshita has now beaten two former world heavyweight champions, Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. So and he's gone toe to he's gone toe to toe with Hangman. He went toe to toe with MJF at the time, so he's been in there with world champions before, but he's beaten two of them, and in a company that's only had a select few champions, it's a pretty big deal. And I liked the finish here when it came to that by putting him in the line. Like there's two great finishes. Obviously earlier with Swerve and Hangman in the double turn with Hangman leaving as the heel and Swerve leaving as the babyface. I thought that was a masterful double turn. Even though it was a fuck finish here, I did like how they had Takesh to tap him out. Because it's not like he passed out. He tapped.
Yeah.
So that was cool to see. And I'm glad Jericho put him over.
Yeah, that was shocking in a very good way.
Yeah, because now he's lost. I mean, he beat Kyle last week, but Kyle gave him a run for his money. But now he's lost to two members of the Don Callis family, being Takeshita and Hobbs.
Also, is this one of the first few matches for Aubrey not to ref a Jericho match? Because it was Bryce.
I don't really notice it anymore.
Because I feel like she's always a ref for his matches.
Yeah, I don't really notice it anymore, so I can't tell you.
All right. But, folks, we got to run down the Rampage card. As far as I'm aware, it's just the Best Friends and Kingdom.
Yeah, Best Friends.
And also,
Undisputed Kingdom, and then Bat Seidel, Mystico.
Yeah. That's as far as...
Yeah, we don't know the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that's been announced. And then Collision, we have Esfinge and Star Jr. versus Claudio and Moxley. And we have... something else. Oh, Orange Cassidy versus Tomohiro Ishii for the international title. When that notification dropped a few days ago, I'm like, holy shit, that shit hit like crack. It's like, fuck, dude, that's fucking sick. You got the Stone Pitbull coming in to fight fucking Freshly Squeezed. There's two Chaos guys gonna go at it. Fucking gonna be a great match. Can't wait.
And the I just want to make a quick mention of this. The Chris Statlander, Stokely, and freaking Willow stuff has been amazing. It has been absolutely amazing. I'm happy what they're doing. So yeah,
Been pretty good.
but yeah, but without further ado, it's time. Oh, actually, I want to mention this. I do not like the fact that AEW has done the LED boards for the barricade and the ring. I
mean, the barricade doesn't bother me. The ring, yeah, a little bit.
Barricade kind of bothers me a bit. But
Boo-hoo, nigga.
fuck you.
Oh, wait. Actually, there is a piece of news I forgot to mention. That on Collision as well, the Bounty Hunter, Brian Keith, is now All Elite. He has been officially signed to AEW. And that's a great pickup because that guy is fucking great and he earned it.
Yeah. All right. Oh wait. Okay. I think. Is this the? No, this is not the Rampage lineup.
This wasn't part of the show, but that commercial where they were hanging out with the dogs. That was nice.
Without further ado, it's time for the main
event.
We had Darby Allin and Sting taking on Ricky Starks and Big Bill in a tornado tag team match. This match was fucking great.
Oh yeah.
Sting dove off the entranceway of the walkway for a section. He took a hell of a clothesline from Big Bill that looked so fucking rough.
Yeah, I mean, Sting obviously is wrestling still. Like, I mean, it doesn't. I'm like, how this is a 64-year-old doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, he looks
Moves
fucking
around
great,
better than I do.
Not true, but not
Okay.
true at all. I just fucking ran a marathon. Moves around better than I do. Guy's fucking running goddamn.
Yeah,
New York
I've also
Marathon.
done absolutely nothing since then. It's been like 3
That's your
months.
choice.
Yeah, I am lazy.
Yep. Oh yeah, I know. You ain't played with 1,000-Year Door yet. Don't fucking think I don't know.
I bought it though.
Yeah.
Hey, step 1.
Yeah. Step 1 was the AA meeting.
Tell me why
Anyway,
John Cena's making the post about Drake now on his Instagram.
I don't want to hear. But I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear about that. I don't. That was put in my group chat against my will, and I don't want to hear about
Against
it.
your will? You could have just not looked at it.
Not looked at it. So I fucking wake up. I look at my group chat. I got a notification. Let me see. Oh, okay. I mean, that wasn't. I mean, at least that wasn't as bad. I mean, it wasn't as bad as the Soldier Boy one. The Soldier Boy one was a fucking shit show. Don't look at that. The soldier rod. But
Yeah, I'm
anyway,
not even gonna ask.
but anyway,
man, this poor innocent soul.
but anyway,
I don't
Sting
go
and
out of
Darby.
my way to look at this shit.
Sting and Darby. No, it's me. Me neither. It just finds me. Sting and Darby. They're fucking fighting into the crowd. Sting jumps off the fucking balcony because he's a psycho. And it's like he's like, just one last balcony dive maybe. But yeah, that was it. They come back into the ring. Darby was getting tossed around by Big Bill like a fucking sack of shit. And there was a great spot where Ricky was about to spear Sting, but he's like, it was almost like Shawn Michaels, like, oh shit, I don't want to end this guy's career right now. I don't want to do it. It's like he snaps at him. He's like, let's go fucking do it. And he spears him, and then Sting kicks out. And then he goes to try to spear again, and then Sting reverses it and hits the Scorpion Death Drop. Darby puts Big Bill through a table by poking his eyes. He goes down with him. And then
Big
Sting
Bill
hits the
had the
Scorpion.
mint green Tims. They made that very clear in commentary.
That was
He had the Radiator Springs fucking gas
that
station.
That was a choice.
Colored Tims on, which I actually liked them. As a
was a
person
choice.
who as a Tims American. But anyway, I have never wore a pair of Tims a day in my life, but I know it's my people. But anyway,
God.
Sting hits a Scorpion Death Drop on Ricky Starks. He pins him for the victory, and Sting and Darby Allin are the new AEW Tag Team Champions, which I expected. He's still undefeated. I could hear the people, oh my God, Sting. I mean, where Sting is, but this is obviously for an angle.
Yeah,
angle wise. They're not gonna have the titles for long. He's retiring. He's literally his next match is his last match.
They're dropping them at the
his last
pay-per-view.
match. Yeah. So what's happening here is, I mean, I actually not too sold on the finish yet. Because Tony's gonna let him take his finish, but choose his finish. But after the match, they're celebrating. Sting's sons come to the ring.
Confetti's everywhere.
Sting's sons are fucking gigantic. I mean, one of his sons I know was a tight end for a college.
Oh shit.
But
every wrestler's kids from WCW are in like high school or college football.
Yeah, bro, fucking Hook.
Goldberg.
Hook. I remember fucking he was like when he was getting attacked by Bobby Lashley or some shit. People call him Hook Goldberg, but no, Goldberg's son, who I thought was still like fucking 14. Apparently he's not. He's about to go fucking play for Deion Sanders at
Dude's
Colorado.
Built like a shit brick house.
That guy's gonna be on bro. That kid's gonna be fucking with Coach Prime. So that's okay. But anyway, Sting and Darby are celebrating with the confetti falling down, but here comes the Young Bucks, all clad in white. They have 2 white bats. They start beating the shit out of
Hardway
Sting, Darby, and his fucking kids. Darby got busted open hard way, and I think this was the best thing that could have happened because these guys are dressed all in white. Matt has fucking blood all over this fucking white suit. These guys look like they're about to record an R&B album, but they got they have blood all over their white
Unless
suits.
Darby gigged,
He didn't. No, it was way too fast.
Way too fast.
And the blood was pouring out of his head too fast for it to be a gig.
All right.
But by the end of this, Sting's nose was busted open. Which I don't think he can fucking gig your nose, but
Sting's about to bring out the Joker Sting.
But Sting and Darby were both. I mean, Matthew and Nicholas were both fucking drenched in white and drenched in red blood all over this white suit. They attack. I mean, they're beating the shit out of Sting's sons, and this was a great way to go off the air. I love this. I mean, the crowd was fucking. The crowd was fucking not having it. These people, they were booing the shit out of them. Fucking Excalibur was like, they'll never recover from this. They're fucking irreparable. He said, which was very important, he said they renamed the BTE trigger. They called Excalibur into his office.
EVP trigger.
And now it's the EVP trigger. So they've completely dove into this role as just completely corporate pieces of shit. EVPs.
What's going to be
power
awesome?
trips. But it's going to be great because these guys are probably going to take the titles off Sting and Darby, and it's only going to help them be. They're the guys who put Sting out of his misery in his last match.
The thing I cannot wait for is if they do win the titles and they start having matches and say like it's a non-title match and they lose, they get on the mic, hey guys, that's not what we scripted. Come on, restart the match.
No.
You gotta have them be assholes like that.
Not for Sting's retirement.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about down the line.
No,
with their story,
no,
with their
you never
gimmick.
admit the existence of this thing. Fucking, you never say script on television. Never. Are you crazy? No, and especially knowing the fans know that these guys are literally management. Fuck no, you can't say that. It's like, you didn't even catch my Sopranos reference either. You never admit the existence of this thing. Are you crazy? What a fucking disgrace. You never admit the existence of this thing. It's fucking nauseating. He should have stood trial like a man.
All right.
That's a Philly Atardo line. Uncle Philly. But you never admit the existence of this thing. Scripting is not real in the world of wrestling.
Tartar died like a dog.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He died like a man. Head popped. Anyway.
All right. Wrestler of the week.
I got no respect for this thing.
Wrestler of the week, I'll give it to Hangman Adam Page for also recovering from the table botch when it just collapses as he laid on top of it.
Oh, that was fucking hilarious. I will give it to Swerve Strickland.
I'll give it to not Sting. Ricky Starks and Big Bill. They had a better title reign and like with a mosh posh tag team, and they were a better tag team than they had any right to be. They had great matches. It was actually it was a pretty fun reign. So Ricky and Big Bill.
My brain is hurting.
But I get yelled at for picking a tag team.
No one said that. Tag teams count as one. You never got yelled at for fucking picking a tag team.
You picked people.
You picked 2 different fucking people. You picking fucking Barry Windham and fucking fucking Dusty Rhodes.
Can someone explain to me why someone made a Tony Khan YouTube account and commented in our chat, ladies and gentlemen, I have an important announcement. Ryback is all elite.
That's never happening.
This is exclusive. This is a fucking exclusive, dude. Are you serious? Fuck yeah, dude. Bizzle. Ryback Reeves. Maybe you can give me some free supplements.
Business.
Yeah. Fucking Ryback.
All right.
What is Ryback doing right now? Probably getting some chip.
Nah, he's also saying he knows stuff about Vince.
Yeah, what does he know?
We don't know.
I guarantee you, everybody has at least one minor story in this type of capacity.
All right, folks.
At least
We
a minor
will-
story.
Catch you next week, and all that good jazz. Super Bowl is going to be a thing. Fucking hate
Go
Patrick
49ers.
Mahomes. Yeah, go
I
49ers.
forgot the Super Bowl was this weekend. I'm fucking the only bowl I'm watching is the goddamn Puppy Bowl. All right.
Nah, I'm gonna watch the Nickelodeon stream of the Super Bowl with
Oh,
SpongeBob
see.
and Patrick on commentary.
I can't do that because then they're gonna be talking about Taylor Swift the entire fucking time.
And also, Boots and Dora will be calling the penalties.
No, I will say that the Baltimore Ravens do have a really good shot next year if we re-sign Odell Beckham Jr. because he is dating Kim Kardashian. You want to fucking play the game? We'll play the game, motherfucker. We'll play the game, goddammit.
God damn it.
Dua Lipa didn't fucking respond to Patrick Queen's DMs, and now that motherfucker's contract.
All right, folks. We appreciate you all. We will see you next week. Goodbye.